Reading I-Ching. Contemplation. Composition of hexagram. Now, wind blows upon the earth. Considering that this hexagram follows the hexagram of approach, we may assume that there is a large lake, lying beneath the earth, which enriches the soil to help everything that grows on it. The wind is blowing gently upon the earth, as if it is looking after the lives living on it. Let's interpret it in a more conceptual way. The earth is a fixed object which always lies beneath us, but the wind exists by constantly moving high up above. If you stand still on earth, you may be able to observe your surroundings in close details, but you have only a limited range of vision. However, if you move around at high places just like the wind does, you will be able to watch much farther and wider. The power of wind does not come from the movement alone. We usually do not conceive the presence of the wind by seeing the wind itself. Instead, we look at the branches waving, and the leaves swept by the wind. Therefore, the meaning of the wind may not end with what we can simply see with eyes. The wind may actually have direct impacts on numerous lives, and orders that will affect the future. Overall meaning. The second cycle of the upper part of I-Ching ends with this hexagram, contemplation. This hexagram is a reversed version of the previous hexagram, approach, in that there are a number of lines of yin at the bottom, with only 2 lines of yang sitting upon them. As was lightly mentioned in the overall meaning of contemplation, it may symbolize what kind of system and order should be prepared, in order to cultivate the newly born power of yang properly. It has been explained that the hexagrams from number 11 to number 20 conveys rather conceptual and ideal meanings. But the hexagram of contemplation, which comes at the end of the series, has 4 lines of yang neatly piled from the bottom of reality, as if it is trying to let you know that you should stop wandering around in the conceptual and dreamy world, and should start facing the real and concrete problem eye to eye. You need to stop thinking in your head alone, but should start to investigate and verify with your own eyes. In order to achieve that, you should not stay where you are idly anymore. As was also mentioned in the composition of hexagram, you need to move up to a higher place just like the wind does, so that you may have a better understanding of the overall situation. At the same time, you need to enrich the soil, and make the foundation more solid, which will become the basis for what you will create from now on. You do not need to waste your time to squeeze out the creative talent of yang, when it is not ready yet, but you had better prepare the ground and system with stable power of yin, where the power of yang may be naturally born out of the extreme power of yin. Historically, we often observe that the creative works of arts are more likely to be created when the overall system of the society is stable and prosperous. Of course, there are also cases where extraordinary solutions may be found at the face of a great peril or crisis. But in general, it can be said that the creative ideas and thoughts can be better nurtured in a more welcoming and stable environment.